Every year, the Henley Passport Index collects data from the International Air Transport Association in order to rank passport holders based on the number of countries they can travel to without a visa. The more countries one can travel to with a particular country's passport, the stronger and more influential that country's passport is. The fewer countries it can travel to means the passport is weak. Several factors account for why the passport of a specific country is weak, and we are going to cover them. The passports are ranked from the most powerful to the weakest. Some countries' rank in the Henley Passport Index has not changed, while others moved. In this video, we are going to be seeing the weakest and the most powerful passports in Africa. However, before we dive right in, be sure to leave a like on this video. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Let's start with the most powerful passports before the weakest passports. 10. Tanzania. Tanzania has the 10th most powerful passport in Africa. It is the largest country in East Africa, and the languages spoken in this region are the English language and Swahili. The capital of Tanzania is Dar es Salaam, and the currency used here is the Tanzanian shilling. This is one of the countries that has moved up the ranks of the Henley Passport Index. Last year, it did not feature among the top 10. Holders of the Tanzanian passport can travel to 71 countries visa-free. It is ranked 74th worldwide alongside Tunisia and Zambia. 9. Kenya. With a population of over 53 million people, Kenya comes 9th on the list. Kenya, just like Tanzania, has English and Swahili as official languages. Its capital is Nairobi. Holders of the Kenyan passport have access to 72 countries visa-free worldwide. The Kenyan passport ranks 73rd in the world on the Henley Passport Index. 8. Malawi. Malawi, formerly known as Nyasaland, is a former British colony, having a population of over 16 million people. Its capital is Lilongwe. Its official languages are English and Sherwa. The Malawi passport gives its holders access to 73 countries, placing it 72nd globally and 8th on the list in Africa. 7. Eswatini. Eswatini was previously called Swaziland. It is a landlocked country in the southern part of Africa. The official languages are the Swazi and English languages. The population of Eswatini is just above 1 million. Holders of the Eswatini passport can have access to up to 74 countries visa-free. This places it 7th on the Henley Passport Index in Africa and 71st in the world. 6. Lesotho. Lesotho, or the Kingdom of Lesotho, is a country with a population of close to 2 million people. This country is peculiar in the fact that it is found within another country. It is an enclaved country within South Africa's border. Its official languages are Sesotho and English. Holders of Lesotho's passport can have access to 76 countries visa-free. It has the 6th most powerful passport in Africa and 69th in the world. 5. Namibia. Namibia has the 5th most powerful passport in Africa. The country's official language is English. Its official currencies are the Namibian dollar and the South African rand. This country's passport gives you access to 77 countries visa-free. It is ranked 68th in the world on the Henley Passport Index. 4. Botswana. Botswana is the 4th most powerful passport in Africa. It is a landlocked country in the southern part of Africa, and 70% of this country is covered by the Kalahari Desert. Its official languages are English and Setswana. It has an estimated population of about 2.3 million people. Holders of Botswana's passports have access to 85 countries without a visa. This places it 62nd in the world on the Henley Passport Index. 3. South Africa. South Africa is the 5th most populous nation in Africa with about 58 million people. South Africa has 3 capitals: Pretoria, the executive capital, Cape Town, the legislative capital, and Bloemfontein, the judicial capital. South Africans speak 11 different languages, including English. Holders of the South African passport can have access to up to 101 countries without a visa. This makes it the 3rd most powerful passport in Africa and 54th in the world. 2. Mauritius. Probably one of the most visited tourist destinations in Africa, Mauritius has the second most powerful passport in Africa. It is an island nation in the Indian Ocean. The island has about 1.2 million people. The official languages of Mauritius are English and French. Owning a Mauritius passport means you have access to 146 countries in the world without visa. This places it 31st on the Global Passport Index. 1. Seychelles. To the country we have all been waiting for. The most powerful passport in Africa goes to Seychelles. Over the past 5 years, it has stayed in this position. Its official languages are English, French, and Seychellois Creole. Seychelles is the #1 tourist destination in Africa. It also has the highest nominal per capita GDP in Africa. Holders of the Seychelles passport can travel to 151 countries visa-free. This places it first in Africa and 28th in the world. Those were the most powerful passports in Africa. Now, let's take a look at the weakest passports in Africa. 10. Liberia and Cameroon. Liberia suffered a mobility score decline from previous years. This fall was a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Before, Liberians could travel to over 55 countries visa-free. Now they can only travel to just 49. For Cameroon, it has to do with the internal crisis in the country, the Anglophone crisis, Boko Haram in the north of the country, and rebels along the Central African border. Liberia and Cameroon can only access 49 countries visa-free. 9. The Republic of Congo. Congo had a drastic drop in its mobility score, dropping from 52 to 44. Mobility score refers to the number of countries a particular country's passport can access visa-free. A Congolese passport can only access 48 countries visa-free. 8. Djibouti. Several countries see no benefit in making Djibouti visa-free to their country. This is as a result of its low or poor political influence and close to zero economic prowess. This makes Djibouti's passport weak and gives it access to only 48 countries visa-free worldwide. 7. Nigeria. The Nigerian passport has suffered a terrible decline on the Henley Passport Index over the last 10 years. This is a result of an increase in violence and instability, causing a decrease in its passport strength. However, they can be a solution to this. The government can implement reciprocal visa waivers and build a healthy economic environment for foreign investors. For now, the Nigerian passport can give its holders access to only 46 countries visa-free. 6. Ethiopia. Ethiopia's passport has improved over the last 4 years compared to what it was in the past decade. However, with the growing tensions in the Tigray region, it is likely that countries will begin to shut their borders to Ethiopians again. Nevertheless, an Ethiopian passport can access 44 countries worldwide. 5. South Sudan. As a breakout country, establishing political influence on the African continent and the world can be challenging. Creating more political ties with countries in their geopolitical zones would be a great starting point. A South Sudanese passport can access just 43 countries worldwide. 4. Eritrea and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Congo suffered a huge decline in its passport power. This is due to suspicions of security threats and violence. Eritrea is suffering a similar fate. Also, the ethnic tension in neighboring Ethiopia is not making things any better. An Eritrean or Demo Republic of Congo passport can only access 42 countries worldwide. 3. Sudan. The Sudanese passport has remained etched to the bottom of the list due to the country's civil war and political instability. 2 rounds of North-South civil war cost the lives of over 1.5 million people. Ironically, this leaves the country fighting for a good spot at the bottom of the most powerful passports ranking. A Sudanese passport can access 40 countries worldwide. 2. Libya. Several countries try to control immigrants from Libya due to fear of terrorism. Libya, over the years, has been a haven for several terrorist groups. Also, it has become a thriving ground for human traffickers promising young Africans a better life in Europe. Based on this reputation, several countries are reluctant to give them a visa-free pass. A Libyan passport can access 38 countries worldwide. 1. Somalia. Somalia has the worst passport in Africa, and this is majorly due to high insecurity in the country. Many countries like Canada don't grant visas to this country. The Horn of Africa nation has one of the most deadly terrorist groups in the world. A Somalian passport can access only 33 countries worldwide. There you have it, tourister. The weakest and most powerful passports in Africa. Did you enjoy this video? Please do leave us a like. It helps us grow. Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments below.